Jeffy, that could kill you!
Oh, no one told me that!
Marvin, we need to call a doctor right now!
Okay, I'm on it.
Hey there, somebody call a doctor?
Yes, doctor, so my son...
Look at me when you're talking to me.
Well, listen, I'm saying that, but my
I said,
son...
look at me when you're talking to me, goddammit! Look into my eyes! Now tell me, what is going on? What the hell is going on?
Well, my son, when he talks, it's weird. Jeffy, talk.
Hey, guys, it's me, Jeffy!
Why does it do that?
Well, we know why his voice sounds like that,
Well, it
because...
sounds to me like his balls haven't dropped.
But he didn't sound like that yesterday.
Well, maybe he got kicked in the nuts and it made his voice higher, because sometimes when you get kicked in the nuts, it makes your voice higher.
Well, no, we know what happened.
Ask me how I know.
What?
Ask me how I know that when you get kicked in the nuts, sometimes it makes your voice get higher.
But we know why his...
Ask me how I know.
How do you know?
Well, when I was younger, I was the king at kicking people in the nuts.
You don't have legs.
Exactly, and this is the story of how I lost my legs. Don't worry, baby birds, I'll feed you. This is what happened. So back in high school, I was in PE class playing this game called kickball. Now, I'd never really heard of kickball, and I didn't understand the rules, but I thought I could probably figure it out. So they rolled this big red ball to me, and I thought that was some kind of obstacle. So I jumped over it, and then I ran up and I kicked the guy in the mound right in the balls. And the ball crunch was so satisfying. He squealed like a little girl. And then after that, I was just addicted to kicking balls. I ran around all the bases kicking everybody in the balls. Everybody on the playground was just laying on the ground holding their balls. And I thought I was the kickball champion because everybody was calling me Ball Buster Brooklyn. Until the PE teacher ran up and told me to go to the principal's office for kicking people in the balls. So I kicked him in the balls, and then I went to the principal's office, and the principal told me that I was suspended for kicking people in the balls. So I kicked him in the balls too. And then they called the cops, and as you can imagine, I kicked them in the balls, and they were not happy about that at all. So they sent me to jail, they took my mugshot, I kicked the photographer in the balls, and then they sent me to my cell, and I kicked my cellmate in the balls. So then they sent me to the electric chair, and I kicked the executioner in the balls. And then after that, they didn't know what to do. So they called my parents, and my parents came and got me, and my dad said I was grounded for kicking people in the balls and that might teach me a lesson. So I kicked him in the balls. And then they sent me to a therapist to figure out why I was kicking people in the balls so much. And my therapist said it had something to do with unresolved feelings about my mother, so I kicked him in the balls. And then they sent me to a mental institution, and they put me in a straitjacket. But my legs were still free, so I kept kicking people in the balls. And then they put me in straight pants so I couldn't kick anybody in the balls. And then my parents and the teachers and the doctors and the cops and Bill Clinton, who was president at the time, they all got together and were trying to figure out what to do about me because I was a serial ball kicker. And then they decided that they needed to amputate my legs because I just could not be trusted with legs anymore. So they amputated my legs, and I haven't kicked anyone in the balls ever since. But if I had my legs back, I'd kick you in the balls, I'd kick you in the balls, I'd somehow surgically give you balls and then kick you in the balls. No ball would go left unkicked. I don't know how you have legs and you're not just kicking balls all day.
Because it's wrong?
Well, you're a better man than me. Anyway, I think your son's voice is probably high-pitched because he got kicked in the balls.
No, he did not get kicked in the balls. We know why his voice is high-pitched.
Oh, well then why did you let me tell my very long story?
Because you wouldn't let me talk.
Oh, well then go ahead and talk.
Alright, Jeffy's voice is high-pitched because he sucked helium.
Oh, I've sucked helium before. Yep, I owed him money. Couldn't pay him back any other way, yeah. Helium Martinez. Owed him $50, couldn't pay him back, so I had to take him out back and then we... Oh, you mean helium, the gas.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's what I meant too. Yeah, helium, the gas. Yeah, that's what I sucked. I've sucked the gas. Yeah, I actually have a whole story about it. Yeah. Me and my Grandpa Joe were at Willy Wonka's chocolate factory, and we stole fizzy lifting drinks, right? And then we started floating up toward the ceiling, but then there was a big fan up there. So then we realized if we burp, it makes us go lower. So, oh wait, that didn't happen to me. That happened to Charlie Bucket in the movie Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. I'm just gonna stop talking now.
Yeah, so Jeffy's voice is high-pitched. It's just stuck that way. Jeffy, talk.
Yo, my name is Nico Bullock.
Well, I don't know. Have you tried burping? It worked for Charlie Bucket.
Jeffy, try to burp.
Well, I've done all I can do.
Well, see, the thing is, he sucked an entire tank of helium.
Oh my god, that's dangerous! He could have died!
Well, is he going to?
No, I mean, if he was gonna die, he probably would have done it already. Oh, I have an idea. How about this? Have you tried sucking on that gas that makes your voice deeper?
There's a gas that makes your voice deeper?
Yeah. It's sodium hexafluoride, I think. Yeah, you suck it and it makes your voice deeper. It's like the opposite of helium.
Well, we'll grab it. We'll give it to Jeffy. His voice will go back to normal.
I mean, that shit ain't cheap, Jack. It's like $400 a liter.
It is?
Yeah, and I have a liter at my house, but it's gonna cost you.
Well, all I have is $100.
Okay, well, you know what? For you, buddy, I'll take a 75% loss, but you can't be too careful. Alright, it checks out. I'm gonna go get that.
Cámbiate a Verizon por solo $25 por línea garantizado por 3 años. El ahorro que dura en la red que quieres.
There is a lady who lives uptown.